sikit. Bila depan sikit. Yep.
Buat ada.
Okay.
Ambil. Perfect tu.
Okay.
Cun kau.
Kalau aku sebenarnya millionaire,
Projek sejalan laju kan. Apa dia?
kalau kita millionaire,
Bro. Tak cakap bro.
serius tu. Aku beli semua equipment yang ada.
Aku satu bahagian tu aku bawa untuk DIY punya area je. InsyaAllah. Amin. Semua berjaya.
Rekod
I think okay ke?
Okay.
Aku tak sure.
Okay.
Kena dekat lagi ke?
Tu lah. Sebenarnya aku
Kan?
dekat lagi. Bof je.
Saya tengok kat muka aku macam gelap sikit kan?
Agak.
Lighting dekat ke kamera dekat? Kamera.
Pegang lighting.
Pegang.
Lighting dah dekat
Okay.
kot. Apa rasa? Sekejap.
Dah okay kot? Okay lah.
Ni naik sikit.
Baik dah lighting. Selalu.
Ni naikkan lah.
Nampak sikit lah.
Itu lighting atas ni lah. Cuba tutup lighting atas ni.
Tak ni tak nampak Milo.
Nampak?
Sikit lah.
Kalau off lighting atas ni lagi hijau je.
Lagi Uish. Baik juga sebenarnya.
Tutup.
Jap. Kalau try buka hikap ni.
Dia
Harsh lah.
tak. Tutup lah, tutup. Cuba duduk.
Nak pakai satu je.
Duduk. Okay.
Kau rasa kena ada lampu lah kan. Gelap. Tapi cinematic lah.
Cinematic
tu
lah.
lah. Cun juga. Okay, boleh?
Cinematic.
Okay.
Last one dia.
MME dua lah. Kau punya ni tak ada ke Milo? Your stuff tak bawa kan?
Tapi sepatutnya aku ada ni lah. Tapi tak apa, aku boleh insert.
Alright.
Aku boleh insert. Tapi cun saya.
Alright.
Ke macam mana?
Korang okey tak? Ke nak tukar tempat Milo? Tak eh?
Ya, okay.
Okay.
Nampak tak?
Okay kan? Tak nampak sangat.
Boleh lah nampak ke ah. Ni nampak. Aku rasa sekejap. Ni terlampau messy aku susun sikit.
Boleh buang ke?
Tes.
Ni duit kau kan?
Tes.
Tak, Okay.
Alright. Nah bro.
Okay, rolling.
Kan?
Kongsi lah.
Okay. So sekarang dalam tu kau nampak tak?
Kurang lah, nampak
Kau nampak rasa dulu, kurang dulu.
Nampak dulu.
Okay. So aku nak tanya jawab kita nak sebab ni first time ada 3 orang tau. So kau nak format dia macam individual ke kau nak format dia macam mana?
Kita orang dua ni sebagai seorang. Faham tak?
2+1.
2+1.
Plus one.
Okay, tapi aku akan backtrack sikit dekat history lah.
Hmm.
Okay, so aku akan Nazhan dulu. So aku pass kat kau. Okay. Ready. Rolling. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Kopi Camilo Podcast. Today we have Nazhan Nazha featuring Amirul Azrin, also known as Ken.
Yeah.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time we featured two guests at one time.
Yeah, because we are 2 plus 1.
Yeah, 2 plus 1 film. How are you guys doing this morning?
Alhamdulillah.
This afternoon?
Good. We've done a lot of things early on in the morning.
Pretty productive day so far.
I would say it's a pretty productive day. We got up early and yeah.
No, you woke up.
Yeah, I got up early in the morning and because Ken had a late night video to finish up.
Right. Okay, let's go in a little further about how you guys became who you are today. Nazhan Nazha,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who are you? How young are you? And how do you describe yourself?
Okay.
And where are you from, my brother?
Okay, so hello, my name is Nazhan Nazha. I am 24 years old. I grew up in Subang Jaya, and I would say I'm still finding my feet
Right.
in this whole new environment. I used to work in KNA, so that is where how I came to be myself now.
Right.
I learned a lot. That is where I meet a lot of amazing people, like yourself, even Ken, but we met a long time ago, back in university. So yeah,
So you originally from Klang Valley? Where are you from?
Subang Jaya.
Subang Jaya
Yeah.
represent.
Subang Jaya present.
Right.
USA. Yeah.
USA 13, right?
USA 13. Yeah.
Cool. How was your childhood like, man?
Well, I used to play sports. Every week I'll be going to trainings like futsal. I used to join a futsal team.
Right.
Up until my SPM year, I left sports
Oh.
and continued back doing sports after that in the university life.
So I guess USA 13 was famous for the football team, right?
Yeah.
Very strong team.
Yeah, but my batch we didn't make it. We lost actually in quarterfinal, so it was a sad history for us.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see yourself as a creative person, bro?
I personally feel that yes, I do at times. Is that I'm more towards logic and
Right.
solving problems, so
Okay.
I feel that is a part of creative itself. And yeah, because I do write things. I started off as write things. Yeah.
Alright, so I remember you've released that
Zion.
creative poetry
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
How did that started? How did it all begin?
Okay, so technically I was in university and I feel like I need to express myself because it's hard for me to express myself. Like even now, I've come a long way to actually talk in front of the camera and even talk to
Cool.
communicate. So I feel like the only medium that I can express is through writing.
Right.
So then I wrote a poetry, lots of poetry, and then I decided to publish it on my own.
Oh my god, you know what just came through my mind? I just realized I didn't meet you the first time. It's not in KNA, dude. It was Meteora.
Yeah. That was the Meteora days.
Coffee as well, man. Everything's
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
Again, coffee.
Coffee. Back in Meteora.
Yeah.
So and then Meteora helped me a lot as well to actually put my design over there, and I managed to sold off 100 copies, just 100 copies, and then I left writing.
Right.
Because I want to explore. When I joined KNA, I explore design, I explore photography, I explore, except for videos though. Then when I left KNA, I started to look back to myself, like what have I done throughout the years, and that one thing that actually gives me satisfaction is actually writing. So I started writing back, and yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
pass the torch to Ken.
Yeah.
AKA Amirul Azrin right here.
Yes,
the
what's
man behind the videos, the cinematic videos, the lighting right now that we have. The architect of all filmmaking. Right. Ken.
Yep.
Amirul Azrin.
Yes, I am.
How young are you and how would you describe yourself, bro?
Okay, Assalamualaikum. I'm Ken. I'm 23 this year. And I'm not from Klang Valley. I'm from Johor, Muar Johor. So yeah, how do I describe myself? Yeah, I was born in Muar and raised in Muar. So yeah, I'm a kampung boy at heart. So yeah, I grew up, in kampung style, mandi sungai,
Right.
those kind of stuff. Malam-malam pergi rempit, Yeah, but that is my childhood lah.
Yeah.
And then after SPM, I work all kind of works, like Baskin Robbins, retails, and then I started to figure out my passion in video when I was in UiTM. During our third sem, yeah, me and Nazan was
Yeah,
classmates.
fun fact, Nazhan met Ken in
Yeah.
UiTM.
Yeah.
Without UiTM, there wouldn't be 2+1 film.
Okay. During our third sem, we got an assignment to make a short film, an Islamic short film. So yeah, without any basic knowledge about videography, about filmmaking, during that time we just wanna do this.
Yeah, let's just send a message out.
Let's
right?
just send a message out and
We want to change the mindset, like around UiTM.
Right.
yeah, because that time the other groups are like making films about love or benda-benda cliche
Yeah.
kan.
I mean, like although we're from UiTM, but we still want to have it to expand and grow.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's more like experimental
Yeah.
short film lah, and we came up with the idea of 4 friends who
who has their own backgrounds.
Right.
yeah, and then so yeah, it went well. The journey of making the short film is really good. We learned a lot.
Yeah,
and
we were disqualified.
We are disqualified because the short film was supposed to be max 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
But we create 55 minutes of short film. Maybe there's too many message to send. So that was it. That is how we started out, and with other friends like Adib, Aimi, and many more friends. So that is when I figured out, dude, videography is a really good platform, a really good channel to like
Push
tell
a message out there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So before that particular short film, do you have any other prior experience with making or video making? How do you express yourself younger apart from being a rempit?
That was a long time ago. Okay, how do I express myself? I don't know. I see things. I like to see everything in a beautiful way. I don't know. I mean, there's a beautiful in everything. Like there's two sides of a story or whatever. So yeah, I just have my phone that time, and I just start shooting. Like what I see is beautiful. I just shoot it and put some nice music in the background. So yeah. Maybe that is how I express myself. It's not exactly in words because I'm not good in words. So maybe it's a visual poetry.
Something that we're working on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember you saying that you gathered inspiration by watching other people's video, right?
Yep.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, of course.
To use it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As reference.
As reference, as it's good. You have to watch videos.
What do you think is a secret to being a good video editor?
Good video editor. You gotta know the feel of your video.
Right.
Yeah. Just get your head in the Premiere Pro and feel the video of your video. So because it's about you want to share your feelings with the people out there through your video. So first you have to understand the feelings of your video.
Right.
And watch tons of tutorials. So yeah.
Cool.
Practice lah.
Okay. So before this, you guys were doing freelance work. what are the challenges of doing freelance work so far that you've learned?
Freelance work, it's interesting because you have your own sweet time, but then again, it takes a lot of discipline and effort to make things happen because you don't know, because you have to put the food on the table on your own, and you don't get a monthly salary check, so you are constantly worried of the things that you have to settle. Means like your commitments, all those stuff. But it's a beauty because you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of people with different ideology when it comes to business, when it comes to creatives, art. So things like that makes us strive to do more and to actually have money and have food on the table the
Right.
next day even.
Yeah.
So things like that.
Yeah. Before this, I worked at KNA before,
Okay.
and then we stopped working there, and that time I was forced to do freelance because
You had to make a living, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't get any full-time job, so I'm just like, fuck it, I gotta find jobs myself. And it was, from money-wise, it was good, it's really good, but every damn day you just think that, what if there's no job next month? I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But you just gotta be positive, you gotta struggle lah, hustle for hustle.
Oh.
Hustle for hustle.
Damn.
Just a quick question, like, what do you like the most about wedding videos?
Wedding videos. For me, you gotta fix on Nawai tu lah when it comes to wedding videos because it's a video of a
Nawai
special.
tu means intention, guys. Just
Yeah,
in case you're
intention.
wondering. Yeah.
You gotta fix that because it's a video of a very special day for a very special couple.
Right.
So you gotta put your heart and soul in there. So because it's about love
Yeah.
of a couple, right?
Yeah.
Of their marriage. So you gotta do it nicely and tell their story in your video. So when, let's say in the future when they are fighting or whatever, and when
They
they
can
look
look back
back
at the video.
to the video, maybe they can,
Yeah,
Good.
cherish the moment.
Yeah.
So what would be the most challenging part of shooting a wedding?
time, because everything happen like pop, 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 pop.
So you're pretty stressed out during the day itself. It's not
Yeah, but-
as much as you want to have fun. You're actually really, really stressed out, right?
Yep. But if you do it like so many times, you just know the steps
flow,
lah,
yeah.
the flow.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool. Okay, now I'm gonna pass the mic to Nazhan. Right.
Alright.
Yeah,
This is a
I'm
really
gonna-
cool mic.
Actually, you're gonna pass the mic. Susunan sikit lah kan.
Okay.
Okay. So looking back at your childhood, right? What do you think is the hardest part to stay disciplined in this day and age? Like now, how you form your character, because I don't know, your position you always take up the lead role as in some
Okay.
ways from my observation, like in KNA, even though you fit in with everyone with them,
Yeah.
but you won't be with them. You'll be like on top having meetings with people. Is it because of your childhood? Is it because of your upbringing, or you yourself choose to actually take up that role?
Okay. Well, I was a playful child back then.
Sorry to interrupt. If I'm not mistaken, you are a ketua pengawas or something like that?
No.
Ketua student or?
No. I was.
Like you're a pengawas.
I was never a pengawas.
Oh, shit, where did I hear that from?
I was never a pengawas or any ketua or whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
So it takes me a one event that changed my life. So technically, before I went to UiTM, I was in MMU. So I was doing a lot of things back in MMU, like all those kind of things that you can think of. and then it takes me by surprise that this is not what I want to do. I want to be better. I just want to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
So I start having my own set of routines. Like I started reading. I started look for information, and then I fix my time. And being like knowing that I want to take all these sports, not really. It's just that I feel that I'm always thinking of something, like constantly thinking, so that makes me like a bit of here and there. So then it's just constant effort of pushing myself beyond boundaries lah.
How do you remain disciplined? Like, because from what I see, the role that you are taking on is not an easy task.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm always nervous, but then again, it's about time. I mean, time itself. So when you sleep early, you wake up early, so you'll be more disciplined. But I do sometimes slack off here and there. I mean, like I'm just a normal human being as well. It's just that because of that, maybe because of that worry, like all this stuff going through my head, like if I don't do this, I won't be here. Because like I want to be here, so my effort should be here. Things like that. So it pushes me to just do it. Because I think a lot, and then like I've received some advice from my friends, my close friends, like think less, do more. So I'm trying to do more.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go to this little question, but not to go to like, don't be afraid to praise yourself.
Okay.
Because this is about you, this is about Ken, and this is about Nazhan, this is about 2+1, right? What do you like most about yourself, Nazhan?
Me?
Yeah. What do you like most about yourself as a person, and how do you see that characteristic benefit you as a personality on planet Earth?
Well, I would say on the reserve side of me that I most like. So like for example, like how do I say this? Like when I say reserve, is that people may not know me at the first impression, and that may have a downfall to it. But I believe when I meet people like on a personal basis, I could talk, like share ideas, and I'm very curious. So that's the one thing that I think my trait, because I like to like know more about ideas, just talk and stuff. Although I may seem reserved if you see me out there.
So you like that you have like a multi-layered personality. That people don't really know you, and then once they get to know you, then they realize how creative you are as a person.
It's like the onion theory. So like on the first base, I mean like this guy seems boring, but I believe that I'm a hardworking Capricorn myself.
Wow.
So
January baby, I guess.
Yeah, December.
December, but towards the end.
Yeah, like
cool.
the first 22nd December. So that makes me like very boring or reserved on the first impression, but
I guess you're a cusp, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Like
Yeah.
In
Like
between
in between.
Sagittarius
Yeah.
and okay.
So I would say that I don't think I have like so many skills, but I'm just hardworking in that sense of like learn. So that makes me who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken? What do you like most about yourself, and how do you think that benefits your whole journey?
Yeah, from my life experience with everything, I just think that I believe in myself. Whatever it is, whatever happened here in the past or in the future, I just believe that I can make it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's just yourself, right? So you can only depend on yourself. So I believe that I can. Yep.
So you like your own confidence that you have,
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
What would be the best advice you've ever received throughout your lifetime, and who was it from? Or it could be from afar, it could be from a video, it could be from your mom.
From my mom.
Okay, what would that be?
She said that whatever happens whatever happens, just know that good things will come. Just sabar. And patience is key, and it's half of the iman. So
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Just be patient lah, because whatever life throws you, you just embrace it and put some effort and change yourself for the better, and believe in yourself. That's crucial lah. Believe in yourself.
Oh, it's a good advice from mom.
Yep.
What about you, bro?
From my mom.
Like what would be the best advice that stuck through you throughout throughout these years?
Well, I'd say the same thing.
From your mother as well?
Yeah, patience.
Wow.
And because I think we both have some sort of similarity when it comes to our family background.
Right.
Yeah, so it is our mother that pushes
Support.
us to actually do what we like. Just keep on pushing whether it involves money or not. Just follow your passion, follow your dream, and the money or the success will come eventually if you have a good intention. So yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and yeah, maybe because we got the support from our mom, so
Yeah.
maybe they believe in us,
Yeah.
in
They
us.
instill the self-esteem in you.
Yeah, restu.
There's two
Cool.
ibu.
Yeah, you believe in that.
What do you guys like most about each other, man? Like throughout these years, not in a funky way, but
Yeah.
what made you guys start through this friendship, man? Because friendship, it's not easy to stay true with friendship, and
How do we
It's
met?
funny how we met. It's funny how we met. Ken was so like snobbish when we met. I remember the first day we met. So we were at the bus station. We were
At
going
your
back.
ATM.
We were going back to our hometown. So I saw Ken. He was with his long hair back then. So I was sitting right beside him, and then I asked him, "Hey man, like what's your name?" You know, like starting to introduce myself. Then I asked, "Dude, nice T-shirt. Where did you get it
It was
from?"
an Arctic Monkeys
It was an
t-shirt.
Arctic Monkeys T-shirt. So, and then he said, "Oh, ada lah." I got it somewhere else. I'm like, okay, bapa, keret mamat ni kan. Okay lah. So, mamat ni keret, and then I was like, okay, whatever man, like, okay. So then, we didn't meet for a few weeks, and then it turned out that we were in the same hostel, and then we went out, like, you know, like just starting to hang out, and then I shift to his class because I was in a class whereby it's all girls. So I'm not comfortable with that. I need my bros. So then I shift to his class. Then we start to gel from there.
cool.
Yeah.
What made you guys like stuck through together? Like, is it because his logicness complement your creativity, or your style complement his? Why do you think so, bro?
I gotta keep him sane, you know.
Yeah.
Because he's very kabut sometimes, and yeah, but we complement each other lah when it comes to work or life, you know.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was at my last sem in UiTM, I was very down and down with my life, and
Yeah.
I remember we
It's
were
an
sitting.
interesting story lah.
Yeah.
You're gonna share this.
I remember we were sitting beside a burger truck, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Weh, Nazan, aku down doh, aku tak tahu apa nak buat," you know.
Yeah.
And then Nazan that time he said that, "Dude, you gotta believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. You have potential, and we're gonna work together in the future." That was like 3 years back.
Yeah, 3 years back,
3
man.
years
like,
back, and
we told each other that, dude, after we're done, we're gonna meet each other and we're gonna do business or work together. We're gonna work together. So we remember that, and Alhamdulillah, to this date, we still follow what we want to do, and
Yeah.
we eventually.
yeah, and for
Yeah.
me, the key is to whatever you do in your life, whatever life brings you, you just gotta stick with your dream, and just keep in mind that whatever you do in your life, that things will bring you towards your dreams, you know.
Yeah.
So inshallah lah, nawaitu lah. Nawaitu.
True intention.
Yeah, I'd say that like he would compliment me more on the visual areas because
Right.
I'm not so good in the visual areas, but I do have a lot of stories. I do tell a lot, and I do like serabut, all this kind of stuff. So he would keep me sane.
And we
I was
do
like-
fight.
We do fight quite a lot, like many times. So like,
Yeah.
okay, Zan, rather than you thinking about this problem, why not you think about this? This kind of problems, things like that. So he would keep me sane, and that's good. And I would, we complement each other in that way because I'm not a visual guy. I'm more of a story writing guy, and he is that visual guy. So we complement each other on that area. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not very disciplined like Nazan. So early in the
Oh.
morning he would like bangun,
Yeah, I would make noise. Even back then in our university years, like I would get out. I would play Malik song like bangun, 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 harimau, bangun, and then like they would be pissed off with me. But yeah,
That's why I asked just now. How do you actually manage to actually bring your discipline with you every time? You know, like is it because your mom taught you that, or how do you remind yourself? Like, let's say you had a long night. How do you push yourself to wake up at 7, even you just fell asleep at 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you gotta know yourself, how your body works.
Right.
And I know that if I sleep past 2 a.m., I will never wake up.
Oh,
It's hard for me to even hear the alarm. So that's one thing about me. But if I follow my set of schedule, I will wake up early. And in terms of discipline, I'd say that, just to constantly think about, how do I put it in words, like discipline, right? The question is discipline, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so like I say, just to have your checklist,
Alright.
like your list of things you gotta do. So I do have my list of things that I have to do. So I go check, things like that. So every night before I go to sleep. Yeah.
Do you think friends play an important role in life? Like, have you heard of this saying? 5 people you surround yourself with actually make who you are, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Who are your closest friends, and how do they form you? Do you consciously choose your friends, or whoever comes by, coming out, or do you filter your friends? Because some people out there, they are pretty negative. They will bring you down. They don't believe in your dreams. They actually laugh at your aspiration. So how do you get rid of them, and not to get rid, but how do you stay clear?
Surround yourself with the people who have the same dream like you, maybe, so you can work together as a team to pursue your dream. And people will talk whatever they want. Macam, like they will not support you or whatever. Just don't get rid of them. Just be friends with them. Don't listen to what they say lah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own timeline. So I would say I keep my friends close, the one that have been through a lot with me. So I'd say those 5 people is important to shape who you are, and I believe in that. Yeah, but at the same time, just network. Like.
It's all about networking.
Yeah,
You just can't get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
like, just
they may not benefit you now, but in the future you might
true,
need their help. Right?
True, but of course keep your 5 close friends and network.
So what sparked the idea of 2+1 film?
Langkawi.
Langkawi. So you guys.
This is a nice story.
Yeah, it's a funny story, like how we set up everything. So I was out of job, right? Because I rejected a few jobs, and then same goes to Ken.
Same goes to me.
Okay.
He has
I just broke up with my girlfriend that time, and I
Shout
was
out to the girlfriend.
Shout out.
Ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but we still keep in touch. Okay, that is another story. Okay, and yeah, I was pretty heartbroken, and I ran out of jobs, and I don't have money, and I'm just like, let's go to Langkawi and start a new life, man.
Yeah, like our friendship is based like that. Even though we're far, when we have things to talk about, we would meet. Like we would make time for each other.
Right.
Because we live far away from each other. Now only we have a same place to build stuff.
Yeah.
So like Ken.
Yeah, I met him at the Mama that time. And
Yeah,
like,
we were talking about our life,
Yeah.
and then he came out with the idea. Okay, let's go to Langkawi and look for jobs. Okay, I'd say okay. I mean, yeah, let's do it.
He hesitated at first lah.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
hesitating because-
I told him that I said, if we don't go to Langkawi this weekend, kita tak akan pergi.
Yeah, we will never go. And we planned it on a Thursday. We bought the ticket on Friday. We went to Langkawi on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we arrived there, and then we started to ask the people around that, what do you think of doing creative stuff around here? But it was not that well because there was not much creatives around.
Yeah.
So we can't do what we want to do over there.
Yeah.
And then
And the moment we arrived at Pantai Senang, I'm like, I said, dude, we're not gonna work here, man.
yeah, we're not gonna work here. We're not gonna work here, And then we started to look back lah, like what do we want to do? How do we come about do stuff? So he likes to do like visuals, you know, and we started to write a story, like a short film that is still underdeveloped. So we wrote the script.
And then we came back from Langkawi and we met our another partner, girl, Elisa. So we discussed things and
Right after Langkawi, like just touched down, like get to KL, straight away we went to Ampang to meet Elisa at MACD, and we started talking about like the business proposal and stuff, and we came about the name at the parking lot, like since there's two of us and then there's one girl, so 2 plus 1, why not, right? So 2 plus 1.
so just believe in yourself. And when life brings you down, maybe you just gotta run away for a while. You know?
Okay, so you guys obviously have your purpose right now, right?
Yeah.
For those out there who actually hasn't found their purpose, who are actually lost, who are in the same position except for they haven't bought the bus ticket to Langkawi, right? I'm sure you guys are familiar with that feeling, right? So for those people who are listening to this, because you'll be surprised, man, who will be listening. Sometimes it's just some random fella that is from your following, you know. You know what I mean? They are very random. So if they are listening to this and they seek for your advice from afar, like what advice will you give for someone who's looking to find their purpose and to actually understand what their passions are?
You gotta invest your time in finding yourself. Not just time lah, money, effort, you know. Money play a crucial part lah, I think, because when we decided to go to Langkawi, we have no money.
We were broke
AF. But you will be surprised of the things that will get to you if you do, you know, like fuck it, I want to go. You know, find yourself.
True.
For a while lah, macam if life brings you down, you know, you stuck.
Take a break.
You stuck on the puzzle and you just lari lah kejap. You know,
not lari as in like, you know, like run away from your problems. It's more of taking a break.
Taking a break.
Look back what you've done. Like let other people do, you know, other things. Like everyone has their own timeline. So just focus on your timeline, and eventually it will work out, inshallah. With the right intention.
With the right intention.
But how do they recognize their passion though? Like, how do someone identify, let's say this young dude, he likes making videos with his iPhone, for example, but how does he turn that into a career or a passion, you know what I mean? Like, you guys obviously have the experience from the previous jobs, but they don't. They want to make money and they are stuck, let's say in KL. You know?
I mean, just keep on doing what they are doing. For example, like if you're a graphic designer and photographer, just take photos. Just keep on designing. Meet a lot of people.
Google a lot.
Find infos about like, but it depends as well because you know we have this all these other stigmas of like, you know, you have to work here. Maybe coming from our family. It depends on the family support as well. So like because that plays an important role. So, but then again, if you feel like you really want to do this and you don't feel like doing other things, like on the first few months, maybe you'll be broke. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, but then if you truly believe in what you want to do, just stay broke and
stay consistent.
Stay consistent, and you'll eventually get there.
And like, let's say if you are a photographer or videographer, you know, just Google a lot of how to make money through photography, and market yourself. You got to market yourself.
Marketing.
Build your brand. Build your own brand and your own signature or whatever, and just market yourself. There's a lot of platform right now, like Twitter or Instagram. Just do it, you know, and utilize everything that you have.
Utilize all the platforms.
Okay, since you guys are into the video business, right? How does someone who's into video start to do what you do? You know, how do they want to charge people, for example, without any? Okay, let's say they have basic video reels, right? How do they charge? You really just randomly choose a price, or
Look at the market price lah.
Yeah.
Don't kill the market.
Yeah.
don't kill the market means don't charge too low.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't kill the market, and at the same time, if you're really starting out and you don't have portfolio, just give something out for free.
Yep.
Just to build portfolio. You know, all those kind of things plays an important role. Show your ideas within that like free work of yours. Just get it outside. You know,
Yeah.
like, and then market yourself, like what Ken said.
Yeah.
Personal branding. Brand it.
Yep. And for people out there who have camera, go out there and shoot more. You know, just go out there. You have cameras and go out there and shoot
Yeah.
more.
Right.
Shoot more, edit more, explore more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like maybe have a weekend out and stay at a hostel room in KL and mingle, you know, like a few other people from I mean like foreigners, you know. They might have, you know, like interesting ideas.
Because inspirations can come from anywhere, right?
Anywhere.
Can be like from a trip or from a bus ride home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Tiba-tiba datang.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go sidetrack a little bit. What would be your deepest fear, guys?
Deepest fear, eh?
On a personal basis or
It's not recording, dude.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, satu aku decide nak check.
Sekejap.
Blank.
Tekan the shutter. Half press the shutter.
Half press.
Half press.
Ni lah.
Is it recording?
Sekarang tak ada zero. So tekan record balik lah.
It's not recording. Record ah.
tadi ada record?
Tadi record.
Apa sebab tu aku ada hunch nak check tu. Okay, rolling.
Oh, check. Oh, okay, tak apa.
Nanti I check.
Tadi tak record kan?
Ya, tadi. Ayah, aku record tadi.
Okay, stop
Okay.
setengah.
It's okay.
Okay, your deepest fear, guys.
Deepest fear.
For on a personal
It can be preferably personal.
Preferably personal.
I mean, you can go anywhere you want, any fear, any forms of fear.
Right.
But yeah, try to like be as sincere as possible. Whatever vulnerable thoughts you have or vulnerable past experience that actually leads to the future that you might want to share.
Yeah. You wanna go first?
You go first.
Okay, so when it comes to fear now, since I embedded myself with 2+1 films, so it became a part of me. So it involves my personal stuff as well. So I would say I'm always worried of not bringing this company to a level where we can say it's a successful business for us at 2+1 Films. So like bringing in the cash flow, like all those kind of things, it worries me a lot. So I would say that would be my fear if 2+1 Films didn't make it at the top. But of course we want to take it one step at a time, and yeah, hopefully, because we still believe in it, and yeah, that is my fear.
Yeah, same goes to what Nazan say, same. But on the personal side of things, maybe the fear of not spending enough time with my family lah. I think because my family is like separated and they live here and there, so I'm busy with my life, and yeah, sometimes I'm just scared that they are disappointed with me because I'm not spending too much time with them. But that is something that I can control. So yeah, there's it's all about priorities juga lah.
Yeah. True.
Because I have a little sister and I fear that she thinks that I'm not spending much time with her, things like that. So yeah.
Okay, so fear, right? Fear can be a negative thought, negative emotion, right? So people who are fear-based, they tend to not do or pursue anything because they are afraid of failure, right? Okay, so how do you think people get rid of fear? Or is that even possible to get rid of fear?
Failure is part of the journey. You gotta know that failure is part of the journey. You will be disappointed, and that is how you learn lah. You just don't get rid of the fear overnight.
You can't get rid of fear because it's a natural thing.
It's part of our emotion. So
I'd say just crush the fear and go on, crush it, but still fear will come into play. But then again, just have a positive mindset, like just crush the fear, like do whatever it takes to defeat fear. That's all.
Yeah, back again your intention lah. If the intention is good and betul dan awak itu is in the right path, so maybe God will help you.
Yeah.
And of course your effort, you know, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we all know that mental health actually plays an important role to finding your purpose, passion, your life journey and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? For someone who's struggling with mental health, who has been depressed for years, which are not strange things to encounter these days. You know, we can just scroll through our Facebook and we can just pinpoint whoever. We can at least pick 10 person who we know who are actually going through that. You know what I mean?
True.
What do you think makes people depressed, man? Do you think they can be cured, or for people who has suicidal thoughts? I know from a Muslim perspective, we like to conclude that don't do it because we'll go to hell. As simple as that, right? But really think about it. If someone wants to kill themselves, right? What would you say to them, and what would your probably last advice for them if you could have a personal moment with them without anyone being there?
When the suicidal thoughts comes to you, you have to pick up your phone and call someone that you're very comfortable with and talk to them.
So
Yeah.
I mean, if I was with that person and knowing that he or she wants to jump off a building or even get a knife to cut their throats, I would say like, okay, let's have a talk. You know, I would have all my, this is how I would do. So I would have like all my secret stuff over here. I would pour them some drink and just talk, like, you know, like, okay, share me your things, like what you've been going through. Then I would say that I would tell them about all the beautiful things that life has to offer, even though and I support when it comes to like mental illness, you know, all these kind of things that I think people should take a considerate amount to actually look into this, because I feel sometimes I went through that phase as well, you know, or maybe it's not that damaging, but then still as human beings I feel that it is a part of health, sickness, and I say like, you know, like just to help them out, like lay down all those things. But I would say, you know, you have years ahead of you, you know, all those kind of things that will make you believe again.
Yeah, and you just gotta share what you feel, and people will not 100% like really understand what you are going through.
Yeah.
But sometimes it really helps if you share with
Yeah.
others, you know.
I mean, maybe because of the peer pressure around,
Yeah.
like all those factors comes into, you know, like the thoughts of it, and maybe if we could like erase that thought and have a fresh view, so maybe, you know,
Right,
like
yeah.
just go out and see different parts of the world. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say if they don't have much resources to
Yeah.
spend on, they are going through it and they don't want people to know, because once people know, it will affect their identity, affect them, what other people think of them. You know, they are always depressed. You know, they are not okay. You know, they don't want people to think of that. So, what are the things, like maybe change their diet or stop smoking? I don't know.
Yeah, that is good. Live healthily and
5 close friends.
Find 5 close
Yeah.
friends.
5 close friends who you can trust.
listen to some song and force yourself to sleep, because tomorrow is another day. Because tomorrow is another thought, is a new thought
Yeah.
due in the morning. So yeah, when you just really don't know what to do, just put on some songs that maybe can help you, cheer you up, and just force yourself to sleep.
Right.
Force.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow when you wake up, you will in a way forget what did you feel last night.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could teleport anywhere on earth right now, right this second while you're talking to me, where will you go?
Where will I go?
Without any realistic burden, like you don't have to worry about
On
anything.
top of Everest.
Right now, what about you?
I would go to Nordic countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I like their designs, and most of the statistics shows that Nordic countries has it placed among the happiest country on earth.
Wow.
So Nordic countries, they're all top 4. So I want to be happy with my life. So I want to go there.
Everest,
Everest.
you don't need any quote.
I just want to feel how it works up there. I like the adrenaline rush. You know, maybe I want to teleport myself, bungee jumping, you teleport and then terus lompat and you know.
Yeah.
I like the adrenaline rush. So yeah, maybe in a way it helps you with your fear lah.
Right. Okay. So this is where I flip the script, guys. This is where I give you guys a chance to actually ask me individually different questions. Anything about me or anything that you are curious about apart from the podcast. Anything apart from the podcast, you can ask me anything. Who wants to go first? Okay,
Right.
Nasan, right.
So Milo, I've been meaning to ask like since
I hope it's recording though. Serious. I hope.
I go check.
Okay, that question.
Recording.
Okay.
Right, cool.
So this is more of like not a question I guess, but we wanna work something out with you, like you know, like we wanna share more about you, even like on the ideas of things, like how we can work together on different areas.
Right.
Like when it comes to videos, even stories, because knowing that you're from Aswara can so you have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So we wanna expand, and if it's possible we wanna expand with Milo as well. So things like that.
In what? What do you mean?
I mean like short term, you know, all those kind of things, like things that you want to write about or to share. We want to dive into that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's not a question, like, it's more of
It's
like,
like you want to collaborate.
I want to collab with Milo.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool,
It's not a
man.
question, it's not a question.
On. Right. Yeah.
Soon.
So your question, bro?
I don't have any, like, my question would be like, I asked you a lot of questions apart from this podcast kan, like, when you came in. So, I don't know what to ask in here because
Okay, maybe pass the can first.
Yeah. I know. Where do you see yourself in your actor career?
Acting career. I see myself becoming a huge star on the internet. I don't know how. It's not a celebrity. It's not an influencer.
Yeah.
In any way, but I feel like there's an ongoing thing. It's also not Netflix, you know, but there will be a platform. Internet is a new thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, and I feel it like how I predict with this podcast and how it will become big in 2 years' time in Malaysia. And I know internet media, even for TV or iFlix or whatever medium they call it, I bet the company hasn't even exist yet. I bet it's not even iFlix that's going to take over. It's going to be a company that has all platforms for movies, films and all that is way bigger than we can imagine, and I want to be part of that.
Okay. I have a question.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
So like, what's your 3 favorite animals, and state the reason why behind each animal.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so random, dude. I like cats. Why cats? Because I have a bonding with cats.
Okay.
I don't mean to sound cliche, but I feel like I understand them and they understand me without even trying. We don't even speak, but we can just understand each other. Okay, that's cats. Number 2.
So what is that? Like their characteristic, like they are understanding in a way.
No, like telepathy. Because the reason why people like to label you as weird when they don't understand you, right?
Okay.
So I'm fine with that because I've realized whenever I ask someone, what do you think of me? Dude, you're weird. What do you think of me? The word weird is always there. I've come terms with that.
Okay.
And what I realize is I understand things on a different perspective, on a different realm.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with being lost or being they like to in Islam they like to say it's shirk,
Yeah.
right? It has nothing to do with that, man. I just understand things differently.
Yeah.
It's like, let's say from your perspective that from someone else's perspective that the train has to be on a train rail to actually go, but
Yeah.
from my experience no, the train don't have to go like that. The train can fly at times. I know. So from my understanding, cats understand us like dogs, but you don't have to tell them. They just understand by default. You think like when you speak, then they can understand, but you don't have to. They just understand.
Yeah.
So is everything around us, man. It's so creepy if you think about it, but the universe is amazing. I think there's a lot more we don't understand, right?
Yeah, man.
And
So
we're taking it too easily, you know?
Yeah,
It's actually
true.
way deeper than it is.
It is deep. It is.
Right. Adam Arya mentioned this, like, you don't even have to look anywhere, you just have to look into the sea.
Okay.
It's 95% of things in the sea that we don't know.
Yeah.
Which makes sense a lot.
Yeah.
Second animal, man, I can't think of any.
This is a psychological test anyway, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So at the end of this questions,
You will tell me something. Okay, I have to come up with another animal.
And the reason why of the characteristic of the animal.
What are the examples of animals? I can't think, man.
Any animal.
Any animal.
I like bird.
Okay, this will be your second animal.
Okay, specifically, what is it called? The white bird, seagull.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that they are free to fly,
Right.
but they also understand the true meaning of loyalty, to stick true to whatever they are as a being. You know,
Yeah.
they are seagulls and they fly, and they are not afraid of showing off, because to some people they think like, oh, you are showing off, kau kira you are action, you know, like that. But it's actually self-confidence. I know what I am, and I'm not afraid to show you what I am, and I'm just gonna fly free to the world.
Yeah.
Thirdly, but I admire tortoise,
Okay.
because of the story that we've all been told, how the tortoise wins the race, right?
Yeah.
And turtle or tortoise, I don't know which one,
Yeah.
whichever. Because like it makes sense. So we don't have to be the fastest runner in the room. You just have to stay consistent with whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, you will win the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
True.
a human
Nice.
race, man.
Nice.
Okay, what's the conclusion?
So the conclusion will be the first animal
Yeah.
is how people perceive you,
Right.
right? And the second animal is how you want yourself to be perceived as.
Shit.
And the third animal is actually who you are.
Whoa! What the fuck, bro?
Anyway, I got this from my brother Adam Arif. So shout out to
Again,
Adam Arif.
Adam Arif.
Yeah, again.
Wow. So I am actually a cat. No.
People see.
Oh, people see me as a cat.
Yeah.
But I want to be a seagull.
Yeah.
But I'm actually a tortoise.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you do win the race.
Yeah, you do in the race. That's the most important part.
Bro. Okay, that's deep. Okay, before I go to the last question, how do people find you on social media, and any other future projects, or you want to go elaborate further regarding 2+1 films and what?
Yeah, check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/2+1.films. Yeah, and check out our Vimeo account. It's in our Instagram bio. So yeah, check out our work. And
Your personal.
my personal is Amirul Azrain.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mine would be like _Nazha on Instagram.
Yep. And
Underscore Nazha.
for future project, I don't know, anyone out there who's seeing this, who have story
Yeah.
that you want to tell the world,
Yeah.
reach out to us
Yeah.
and we'll work something out.
We love to share stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what 2+1 is all about is storytelling and video capturing. So if you guys are well aware of like people do videos and like recording videos, all the video service, this is that. And on top of that, they also provide the storyboards, the script writings, and also the whole 3-act structure behind it. Yep. Show them the money and you got yourself some stories.
Yeah. Let's put something out.
Yeah, let's work something out.
Collaboration. Alright. On to the last question. If you could fly back in time, right, and meet your 15-year-old self. This is your 15-year-old Amirul Azrain, 15-year-old Nazha, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you're doing at that time, you go straight up to him and give the last piece of advice that you can give to yourself, what would it be?
Yeah, I would slap my 15-year-old self and like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Those kind of things. Like, dude, you think you're so cool, is it? Like, all those kind of things. I would slap myself like, dude, like,
Dude, berhenti rempit bro.
yeah, things like that. But of course, I would give him an advice that everything will work out well eventually, inshallah, if you believe in it. But yeah, I would slap first and start reading, like start doing all these kind of things.
Same. I would say that, dude, start making videos, man.
Yeah.
Good in it.
So I guess I'll start early.
Yeah.
So I would tell myself that like my 15 years old.
Tell him to start
Early.
doing.
Yeah, start doing early.
Yeah, start rempit.
Jangan
bro.
macam-macam.
What do you think? What would you do differently though if you were 15 again?
Oh my god, I have plenty of time. I would just read and write, read and write, read and
Wow.
write, read and write, read and write.
Wow.
Yeah.
Technically you're buying back 10 years of your life, dude. What would you do differently? Honestly, bro.
Honestly, what do I do differently? I know, spend your time wisely, because it was way simpler that time, you know. We don't have a lot of things to think about, and just spend your time wisely, you know, to invest in yourself. Yeah. Stop doing all those bullshits, you know,
Do lah. I mean like,
Do lah.
that's the fun part of it,
Yeah.
of growing
It's
up.
a learning process.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
So, yeah, do lah.
But I wouldn't turn back time.
Yeah, same.
Alright.
Everything happens for a reason lah.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much for being part of Hello Hello Kopi Kumilo podcast. And today we have Nazhan Nazhar and also Amirul Azrin, also known as Ken, the person behind 2+1, including another soul,
Yeah.
Elisa, right?
Yeah, Elisa.
Alright. Thank you so much. Do check them out and do follow us on social media at Hello Hello Kopi Kumilo. One last question, bro. Hello Hello Kopi Kumilo.
Sorry?
Hello Hello Kopi Kumilo.
Hello Kopi ke Milo?
No, I mean like Milo ke Kopi.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, sorry. Okay.
Hello Hello Kopi ke Milo.
Milo.
Hello Hello Kopi ke Milo.
Kopi.
Oh, alright. Thanks, guys. Give peace a chance. And good touch.
Alright.
One more time.
Swag.
Swag.
Alright, guys. Thank you.
Dude, this is fun.
Nice.
You should
Nice.
just keep on doing, man.
Milo. So good.
It's a real conversation lah kalau kau
It's
tanya.
fun lah.
Because we know this is serious punya setup, so kau akan cakap tau. Kau akan share.
Kau rasa macam tu?
Aku rasa
Kau
macam
boleh
tu.
sanggup
Sebab kita
orang.
tengah dalam in a situation yang aku tahu benda ni serious, it's work. So
But at the same time,
conversation is part of it. So
Yeah.
macam
It's interesting ah.
Nah.
Boleh dong Milo.
Yes.
Just keep on doing it, man.
Alright, dah start kenal kau.
Tu lah.
Gerak je tu. Start footage lah.
Tu lah.
Ada je.
Ada. Yelah, tapi dia cut. Nasib baik aku check. Betul tak?
Ya.